Tonight, one man's way of trying to build a better Bay Area, although not one that police would recommend. Last year, San Francisco, there were more than 20,000 reported thefts from vehicles. ABC 7 News reporter Luz Pena spoke with a San Francisco resident and business owner who has taken it upon himself to fight back and protect his neighborhood. She's in the newsroom with an interview and a story you'll see only on ABC 7. Luz?
Yes, Dan, the San Francisco resident you're about to meet says he's hoping to help his neighborhood. At first, he was yelling at thieves who were breaking into cars. Now he's walking around the area hoping to scare them off. He's lived in San Francisco for over 20 years, and lately, instead of going by his legal name, people call him...
I'm called Boots, working from outside rather than inside.
Covering his face with a ski mask to protect his identity, Boots walks around his neighborhood, Fisherman's Wharf, looking like this and with a non-lethal weapon on his waist that looks like a gun. His goal is to scare off thieves from breaking into cars.
The criminals are getting to know us. I wouldn't call it an organized anything. It's just concerned citizens. Every day is a small victory. You know, you chase them off from one corner.
For years, he's captured videos of car break-ins, and now he says frustration led him to take matters into his own hands. He says he's doing it to help the area where he lives and owns a business.
The tourists aren't going to come here. The business of some people that, you know, have lived here and been here for their entire lives, and it's not fair.
According to SFPD's incident data, on average, there are 67 thefts from vehicles every day in San Francisco. Outside of this brunch spot, employees see car break-ins on a daily basis.
They just leave all their stuff in there and then boom shakalaka, less than 5 seconds, they grab your stuff and they're gone.
Many who work here share a common sense of helplessness.
I'm frustrated too, and you can't do anything.
Yesterday, while Boots was walking in the area, SFPD arrested him for brandishing an imitation firearm, which is a misdemeanor.
We don't recommend anyone doing that. We understand everyone's frustration. Officers are frustrated in taking the number of police reports regarding auto burglaries occurring throughout the city. However, there is a system in place to do that.
SFPD says they're short-staffed, but to Boots, even though he was arrested, he viewed this as another victory.
While the police were there was nobody getting their car broken into for that half hour.
There's no way to truly know if what he's doing is working. But we met this couple from New York who did the unthinkable.
I see your suitcases in the back.
Yes, I guess we're lucky that nothing happened.
Or maybe thieves are noticing.
There is some protection here.
Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Just wanted to go into a quick lesson, which is based upon, the clip that you just seen, which is about, this vigilante out here in San Francisco. Which this is just a precursor, to, all hell breaking loose, the sedition, and people pretty much doing, whatever they want to do, man. As the situation, continues to deteriorate in these cities, you're going to have individuals like this rising up, okay, taking matters into their own hands because they see that the government is not doing what they pay them to do, so you're going to have individuals doing their own thing, trying to stop the crime, but then you're going to have these other people actually going against the government. All right, so I just want to go into this real quick. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, willing is edifying. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And the word woe means destruction, man. You see, and the reason why these things are happening is because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is bringing judgment upon Babylon the Great. Okay, at one time in history, Babylon stood as, the pinnacle of society. Okay, the average citizens, they're not supposed to focus on law enforcement or keeping order. We have a group of people that are responsible for that, and we pay them. Okay, you citizens, you're able to live your life, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You go to work, and then you're able to chill at home and, pretty much do whatever you want to do, go travel and whatnot. The crime, somebody else is going to handle that so you can, live a life of leisure. All right. But that's coming to an end. Okay, the crime is bad out here, man. You can't live that life of leisure no more because you're being affected by the rampant crime that's taking place in a lot of these cities. Okay, which that's a curse from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's part of the plagues. It's only going to get worse too, by the way. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. Okay, and the sword, the ultimate sword that's going to befall Babylon is those thermonuclear missiles. Okay, it says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you're going to have these different groups going to war with each other, man. Okay, because it's going to get to the point to where it's going to be complete anarchy out here in the streets. Okay, and you're going to have these different factions fighting against each other. Okay, which that's where the vigilantism comes in at. Okay, because the cops ain't doing their job. Now, this guy, he got arrested for doing what he's doing. Meanwhile, out here in San Francisco, you could sell drugs. You could smoke and use illicit substances on the street, and the cops ain't going to do nothing to you. You can defecate and urinate in public, and they ain't going to do nothing to you. But this guy that's actually doing something, quote unquote, beneficial for the community, he gets arrested damn near instantly. They actually went out looking for this guy, man. All right, which is just going to cause more tension between the government and the citizenry. All right. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. With the modern day sword is a gun. See what that dude has now, he got an imitation gun, but eventually these people are going to actually take up arms against the criminals, man. Okay, because they're going to come to the conclusion that the only way to stop this is if we, take the power into our own hands. So you're going to actually have groups of individuals rolling around, basically being their own law enforcement. Okay, which really, vigilantism isn't really a bad thing. Esau made it, bad here, okay, in Babylon, all right? But in any society, you're supposed to have vigilantes, okay? People that's vigilant and looking for people that are breaking the laws. In our society, we had that, okay, back in ancient Israel, all right? You would see an individual doing something wicked, committing a sin. Now, you wouldn't necessarily put him to death or judge him. You would take him to the judges, all right? But you're supposed to play an active role in maintaining the order in society, man, because if you see somebody sinning and you let it go, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai going to bring judgment upon the whole nation. All right. So what the Most High say, you're supposed to put away evil from Israel. So you see somebody doing wickedness, you're supposed to call it out. Hey, you capture that individual, you take him to the judges, man. Tell the judges what that dude was doing, what that, woman was doing. All right. But here in Babylon, it's demonized. Okay, you ain't supposed to worry about that. The cops supposed to handle that, but the cops ain't doing their job. So what are these people supposed to do? They just supposed to sit back and take the abuse from the criminals? Nah, they're going to rise up. It's only so much an individual can take, man. All right, before they lose it. Well, like my man Gerald Salente says, when people lose everything and they have nothing else to lose, they lose it. Okay, and this, vigilantism is a response to the current situation here in Babylon. All right. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, which that word sedition, when you look it up, the definition is conduct or language inciting rebellion against the authority of the state, which this, vigilantism is a small, part of that. Okay. You rebelling against the state because you're not relying on the state to, provide a certain service for you. You understand that the state is incompetent. Okay. But see what's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of these vigilantes, rising up, and the government's going to crack down on them, but they ain't going to do nothing to the criminals. Okay. So that's going to, cause more tension between the citizens and the state. All right. Well, this is all a part of prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, okay, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. And this is the beginning of that. Okay, see, right now he's still, he said he has a group of people with him. He's not, really doing anything to break the law per se, outside of him having that, imitation gun. All right. You're supposed to have the orange, tip on it. So they still have some kind of regard for the law, but it's going to come to a point where they're going to say to hell with the police, man. Okay, the police ain't doing their job. If the police come and try to stop us from doing what we're doing, we're going to go after the cops too. You ain't keeping the community safe. Okay? And then it's going to eventually get to the point where these people are going to do whatever the hell they want to do. You're going to have anarchy out here, man. Just like you see in these different movies, these post-apocalyptic movies. The police, they non-existent. These different groups out here, they doing whatever the hell they want to do. And those are the times that we coming into. Okay, and this, vigilante rising up is just a sign of that. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. The kings and the princes represent the politicians and the law enforcement. Okay, so they ain't gonna have no regard for the lawmakers, or the law enforcers. Okay, it says in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they gonna do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay, if somebody try to stop them, they gonna get taken out. All right. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And the reason why these things are going to happen to you is because of your pride towards Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Your high level of disrespect towards the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the reason why your cities is in the condition that it's in now. Okay? It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's what's coming to this place, man. Great tribulation. Okay, and in that day, when we in a famine, when all hell's breaking loose out here, these people going to do whatever the hell they want to do, man. The last thing they going to think about are the laws that was in place. If I rob somebody, I'm going to go to jail. If I do this, it's illegal, I'm going to go to jail. They going to say to hell with that, man. I got to live. I got to survive. Okay? And this, vigilantism is the beginning stages of that. Okay, this is a response to the rampant crime that's taking place out here and the lack of government intervention. So these people are taking matters into their own hands, man. And eventually it's going to lead to people doing whatever the hell they want to do on both sides. Okay, survival of the fittest, man. Okay, so I just want to go into that. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai willing. It was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Shalom.